Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, with CEO and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results.
Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I am Yvette Bethel, and today's episode is entitled The Power of Information. As a leader, it's important for you to keep your fingers on the pulse of the organization. It helps to know what's happening, what's about to happen, and why. Because your ability to answer these questions equips you with information you need to take proactive steps to address situations that can create people risk. People risks can have a number of causes, like unfair decision-making or office politics. One way these risks can be mitigated is by obtaining reliable information. Managers and executives can be lured into participating in the office grapevine because they perceive it as a primary source of information. Unfortunately, when information is gleaned from the grapevine, its reliability can be called into question by multiple stakeholders, whether the information is factual or not. Additionally, in order to obtain information from the grapevine, you usually have to share information which can undermine your ability to lead effectively. So let's explore the difference between information obtained through the grapevine and information that comes through credible channels. Gossip is information that can be accurate or it can be impaired by exaggeration, minimization, and other deceptive tactics. For the purpose of this episode, information is factual, based on research and evidence, and while emotion can infiltrate the transmission of information, supporting evidence can help with maintaining objectivity. Great leaders are gifted with the ability to obtain relevant information while maintaining their personal integrity. They need information so they can make reasonable, informed decisions, remain objective, and build their team proactively by addressing latent and emergent issues. Now, there are organizations that have a formal internal communication network and strategy that is underdeveloped. Others have no strategy at all. When either of these circumstances occur, mistakes can be made with decisions and employees can be demoralized because they feel undervalued. For organizations that are intent on playing power games, the lack of information creates an imbalance of power, so office politicians vigorously pursue information so they can hoard it. The grapevine has its pros and cons. One benefit is that leaders can obtain information they need, perhaps even more than they anticipated. Another pro is that leaders can influence decisions through the grapevine. As already indicated, the grapevine can distort the message and undermine the receiver of information because at some point in the present or future, leaders will have to share sensitive information in order to participate in future exchanges within that system. With this in mind, here are 2 ways team leaders can access the information they need to sustain healthy connectivity. One way leaders can exchange credible information is when they're part of a relevant committee. This provides leaders with first-hand knowledge of the decision, why it was made, and how it is to be executed. Participation in a committee provides leaders with the opportunity to directly influence decisions. These leaders have access to the minutes and action items as records. While this method of information exchange provides a higher standard of information than the grapevine, it can be a time-consuming process or even a waste of time if the person leading the meetings is not effective as a chairperson. Another way to obtain credible information is to contact the source. Now, this works if the leader has developed an integrity-based network he or she can tap into for relevant information. Information can be a phone call or email away. Using your network must be managed carefully so you don't fall into the gossip trap. Gossip can be misleading and personally offensive. It's not designed to be supportive nor constructive. So it's important to ensure information garnered through your network is not exchanged as gossip. It should be designed to build and must always be supported by facts. When a person approaches a leader with the intent to disparage others, they can be compelled to refrain the tone and content of the conversation when the leader asks a few questions designed to uncover the intent of the conversation and transform it into a productive tone. Questions like, "How can we help this person?" Or, "How can the situation be resolved?" Or even, "What's your purpose for sharing this information with me?" can be used by leaders to help coworkers shift the conversation into a productive and positive tone. Additionally, as a leader, you should not allow statements to remain off the record. When you allow assertions to be classified as informal information that's not tested for accuracy or recorded, there's no accountability, no commitment to a solution, nor is another perspective sought. This can lead to the unconscious development of unfair biases within you, which may be the primary intent of the person requiring confidentiality from you. When used with constructive intent, information is empowering because it can give you critical insights. While there are leaders who rely heavily on the grapevine because of its proximity and ease of access, they run the risk of being burned by this source. Instead, leaders should seek to empower their teams through sharing relevant information regularly, backing up shared information with facts, and focusing on building an engaged team. Thank you for joining me at Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I invite you to join me this and every Monday for a new podcast. In the meantime, always remember to evolve.
Thanks for listening to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.